Comic Army. My name is Chris the Comic Vet. I hope this video finds you safe and well. Well, this will be Chapter 1 in an ongoing series where I'm going to spotlight a few of my graded comic books. Now, I have over 300 graded comic books in my collection, and I decided just to, weekly or every so often, spotlight 6 or 7 books and tell you a little story about each one, how I got them, or how they're special to me. Well, they're all special to me, so we're going to talk about it. Now, as I get older, I find that I'm a little bit more of a storyteller. So, with every good book, there's a story. Let's get into it. The first book I'm going to show is probably one that you're not thinking. If you're a fan of my channel, you know that I enjoy The Amazing Spider-Man, and that I am somewhat of a Marvel fan. But the book I'm going to lead off with is in fact a DC title. It's Aquaman issue 15. So what this is Aquaman issue 15, a sketch cover that's done by the incredibly talented local Toronto artist Vince Sonico. As you can see, he did a great Jason Momoa take on this Aquaman book. Now I had this book sketched, I believe, at Gotham Central Comics, a very large comic shop just outside Toronto. And then a little while later, I had Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa, sign it. So as you can see, it is a sketch cover. It's Aquaman 15, the We Can Be Heroes tagged comic book. And it was signed and sketched and then signed by Jason Momoa September 6th, 2015 at Fan Expo Toronto. And I thought, with this being one of my absolute all-time favorite original artwork that I own, this is the one that I would start with. So Aquaman 15, that's the back. But this is the beautiful front. Next is a series that I've just fallen in love with over the last 5 years. That is Something Is Killing the Children. This is the Jenny Frison variant cover B for Something Is Killing the Children issue 25, and a very nice 9.8. So this was, again, just an eBay pickup. Really enjoyed it. Got it for a good price. Like what I do when I normally pick up Something Is Killing the Children books. I always try to get the best deal possible. But Jenny Frison did a handful of these type of covers where some of it was blacked out by a mask and had a gatefold, and then some actually were the entire Virgin variant cover. And this one I'm happy to have. Something Is Killing the Children, issue 25. The next book up is another book that I picked up, or I should say that I got autographed at Fan Expo Toronto. This is one that I had signed during the pandemic when they opened up just for a short amount of time. And Toronto was lucky enough to have Arthur Adams make an appearance at Fan Expo. This book was autographed August 28th, 2022. This is the Arthur Adams variant for the new Fantastic Four issue number 1 with this incredible take of Wolverine on the cover. So as you can see, Arthur Adams autographed it right there. And this is just another great take of Wolverine. I gotta admit, he is my favorite artist when it comes to Wolverine. Some of those classic X-Men covers and the covers afterwards featuring Wolverine running and striking a pose. Arthur Adams, I feel, is truly the best Wolverine artist that has ever existed. So I'm very thankful to have this in my collection, as I am a huge fan of Arthur Adams and Wolverine. And speaking of Wolverine, there was a comic book back in 1987 that came out, sold out instantly, and I never got a copy. In fact, I never had a chance to read it till much later in my life. This is a cbcs 9.6 of the book that I was not able to get when I was 12, turning 13. And that is Spider-Man versus Wolverine. So, my better half was kind enough to gift this to me. Happy to have this in my collection now. So this is a cover done by Mark Bright and Al Williamson, and a Christopher Priest story. This features the death of Ned Leeds, the original Hobgoblin. The story does continue on then in The Amazing Spider-Man 289, and this is just a one-shot. Spider-Man versus Wolverine, and look, they're there fighting in a graveyard. My favorite Batman story of all time, is another one-shot. It's simply just known as The Killing Joke. So this is The Killing Joke, first printing in a 9.8. This is a book that I was actually lucky enough to hammer a deal out with the YouTuber known as Slotted Up. So Slotted Up 503 reached out to me and said, "Hey Chris, I know that you're a fan of The Killing Joke. Do you have it graded?" And I said, "No, I do have my original copy from when I was a kid, from when it came out in 1988. And he said, "Well, I have a 9.8. This is the offer. Are you interested?" And I said, "Hell yeah." So this is Alan Moore and Brian Bolland's masterpiece, The Killing Joke. So many things happen in this, so many overtones, and every time you read it, you could basically discover something new that's in this story that you may not have known before, but it's known for, obviously, Joker crippling Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, when he shot her at point-blank range. And it does feature an embossed cover with a classic cover. Yeah, The Killing Joke. And the final book I'm going to show this particular time is a story that's kind of ended sadly, just because of what the publisher has done to the creators and other creators, and that, of course, is Aftershock. And what they've done by not paying their creators properly and licensing out the creators' properties and then not getting money from that. Well, it's heartbreaking to know that we're not going to get any more We Live. However, I've said it before and I'll say it again. My favorite story that's come out of the last 5 years that has just blown my mind and drawn me to tears was We Live. And this is We Live issue number 1 in the CGC 9.8. I highly recommend this book. If you can find it in a trade, pick it up, read it, take your time while reading it, enjoy the music that comes with it, because not only did the Miranda brothers write and craft this beautiful world artistically, they actually even made music to go with it. There are barcodes throughout the story that you're supposed to scan and listen to the music that actually amplifies the story and the beautiful artwork that's inside. Anaki and Roy Miranda hit the ball out of the park. This is a beautiful story about a brother and sister that have lost everything, that is crossing a world that is just falling to pieces and is looking to rip and tear everything that crosses it, trying to get to a destination where there may be some sort of salvation. It is a fantastic story. We Live, issue number 1 in a 9.8. Happy to have this in my collection, and I really hope if you watch this video that you reach out and you try and get your opportunity to get the story for We Live. Well, that's it, Comic Army. That's 6 issues from my large CGC collection. What do you think? Did you enjoy the books? Do you like the idea of me doing this? Is this something that you may check out again a little bit later on if I release a chapter 2? And you surprised I didn't go with a big Spider-Man book right off the bat? Anyways, please make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you're already subscribed. And I look forward to seeing your comments. I try to respond to every comment that gets left on my channel. And if you're interested in becoming a channel member, there are now 2 tiers for you to select from to become a member of the Comic Army. Till we see you again, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Take care.